Hi everyone! Nellie Wu here for Timeless Treasures Fabrics. I hope you're all well and enjoying this experience of viewing the fabric forecast from the safety of your home. We're going to share some of our latest collections from our most recent release. Stay tuned to see some beautiful and colorful print and batik collections. I hope you enjoy. First up, we have Water Dance, which is a panel-based group with really beautiful flowers and dragonflies on a royal blue ground. We have here the main panel, which is a 24-inch panel, and in addition to these different gradations of blue and the lovely dragonflies, we have this with the iridescent wings and the lily pads with these gorgeous blooming lilies. Everything is accented with real wonderful gold metallic highlight. Our coordinating pieces include the lilies in a larger scale, the dragonflies in two colorways, a pale blue and a royal blue. There's so much movement in these dragonflies. We also have gorgeous flowers in purple. This purple is just really stunning. It's got a lot of gradation in there. Beautiful emerald green leaves that I think are lily pads, and a great geometric. Has a more contemporary spin to it, but still lots of different shades of blue. A more aqua blue in the tone of moving water. And one of my favorite new coordinates, these really gorgeous and fun bubbles that are quite dimensional and have great pops of metallic gold around each bubble shape. And of course we can't forget our 11-inch stripe. Really detailed, lots of color and contrast, and will really bring a pop to any of your projects. Continuing with the blue theme, we have Bluebird. For any of those gardening lovers out there, this is a great collection. So the first one I have here is this larger scale bird with a bloom that's pretty large, about 5 inches across for the largest motif. And then we have the birds standalone on a shaded blue ground, and then these various blooms that also come in multiple colorways depending on how much blue or what depth you want. This one is more varied and monochrome with different shades of royal blue, pale blue, navy. This one's a little bit darker, still pretty monochrome. And then an alternate is a very pale sky blue. Then we have the smaller leaf motif and a vine-like design. That same motif on a navy ground and the same motif on a white ground. Looks like china almost. And then we have tossed flowers on a white ground. That same print comes in a dark ground on navy. We have one more, and a more periwinkle pale blue ground. And for those of you who love the larger scale, we have those without the birds in 4 different colorways. So you can go dark or light. And to round out the group, we always have a great 11-inch stripe. This one includes bird motifs, the contrasting white and dark navy ground and the stripes. And then we have a more classic stripe. So first up we have Tonga Jupiter. Tonga Jupiter is very trendy right now. The colors and the way that the fabrics are printed and are just really, really on trend right now. It's got this sort of hand-dyed look that's really fashionable currently. You see it on everything from shoes to clothes to bags and home decks. So here are 8 pieces. Very fun, very much a mature tie-dye look. It's not summer camp, but can go on a lot of different things. And the movement is so great on these pieces that look great in a quilt or in clothing, garments, and accessories. The remaining 4 have this terrazzo quality to it, like a speckled stone. Moving on, a little bit in a similar vein, we have Tonga Saturn. It's also very on trend colors. Tonga Saturn is similar to one of our Tonga collections landscape stripes in that it's got these broad strokes of color. I love these that run parallel to the selvage. You can get so many colors out of this, and also ombre effects at certain points of the fabric. And finally we have Tonga Starstruck. Each star is about the size of 5 inches across. These are very fun. It's almost like spongy and great pops of color. Also very on trend right now with the rainbow. Another print with a rainbow ground, but more botanical, leafy. Staying with that, we have another fern on a different kind of rainbow background. On a dark ground, we've got these really beautiful flowers. I love how the rainbow peeks out in between these stenciled flowers. This one is very cool stripe-like print, very modern, very graphic. And then we have this sort of seed print on red, also with some rainbow color speckled in between.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judel Niemeyer, and I am the business manager for Quiltworx.com. I also design fabrics for Timeless Treasures with my mom, Judel Niemeyer, and we designed this great pattern on the wall called Macaw to work with Timeless Treasure basics. The one that's on the wall here is shown using the Tonga Java blenders, and then a great feature fabric that we had created with black and white fabrics. What I want to show you today is how you can use this same design with their cotton collection, the Mix Basics, and how we set that up. First of all, one of the things I love about this pattern is that it is incredibly easy to kit. So you need 8 rainbow colors, and these each are 3/8 yard cuts, and then you need a black, and you need a white, and you need a feature fabric. So it should be pretty easy for you to put something like this together. And all of these fabrics are available also from Timeless right now, so that's another benefit of using basics, is that a lot of times they're around for an extended period of time, and it's easy to get more if you decide to keep the kit going. This has been a great kit for a lot of shops over the last few months. We've sold almost 1,000 of these patterns already through Quiltworx, and I'm very excited to see it continue to grow. There's also ways that you can expand it to make it larger, so you can buy additional fabrics and use some of our expansion borders to get some queen size options for people. If that's something that you're interested in, let us know and we can help you out with that. So feature fabric wise, Timeless sent me 2 great prints here. First, there is a space print, which has really great contrast and some bold pieces. This fits nicely into these sections here because these are all cut out of the same fabric, so you should see some really great contrast in black and white from this piece. Another fun feature about this piece is that it actually glows in the dark. So if that's something that you want to add to a quilt to get a little bit of extra interest out of it, this would be a great piece to choose. And it is Fun CG7431 Black. And then they also sent us this other one, which is a honeycomb piece out of a bee collection, and it is called BC8126 Black. So either of these are great print options for that feature fabric, and I'm excited to see what this is actually going to look like once it's put together. I'm going to pull up a Quiltster image. So Quiltster is a program that we use to test out different colors and make sure that we like the way that a sample is going to look before we make it. It also gives us yardage information, and we've put together samples with each of these 2 prints. I'll show you those options. As I mentioned, I was going to briefly show you what these 2 quilts will look like. So the first one is going to be Macaw with the honeycomb bee print. So here's what that quilt looks like, and you can see it's got that great honeycomb fabric in those accent areas there. And then again, here is the one with the space print. So you can see that here. You get much more contrast and a little bit different look, but still overall the quilt is essentially the same as what you see on the cover. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope that the information we showed you inspires you to look into the Mix collection and consider that as a great choice for many of your quilt patterns that use basic fabrics.